Awesome. Hear ye, hear ye. We are gathered here today to join Scott Brandonisio and Caraline Visuri in marriage. Woo! It is my absolute pleasure and honor to be here today, standing before the two of you as you kick off the rest of your lives together. I've known Scott for a very long time, and I've known of Caraline for a very long time, I guess, as well. Since Scott's been slipping away, going on some secret dates with someone extra special. I finally got to meet her when she squeezed into a 10-foot by 10-foot square at the trivia night that we all are so happy to have her at. Now, before we start, I want you two to actually turn around and face everybody behind you. All these people are here today, traveling far and wide, shuffling around plans, making sure they got to be here for you. Your friends, family, and family friends have supported you this far, and I'm sure they are all here to support you into the future. So, friends and family, do you promise from this day forward to encourage them, love them, give them your guidance, and support them in the promises they are about to make? If yes, please say I do. Nice. All right. So as you start the rest of your lives together, there are some pretty universal ingredients that come with being married, or just loving people in general. So here are the ingredients. I thought it was a great idea because, around a Brandonisio, manja is said so often, so I think you'll get the gist of this. So first, adding 3 cups of tolerating the hell out of each other. Nothing gives marriage its foundation like enduring through some tough times. Scott, I know you're a movie buff, so Sylvester Stallone said, "It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward." How much you can take and keep moving forward, that's how winning is done. Then, add a big scoop of what Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other so that you can party on. Next, add a big handful of just being humble to one another. Sometimes when life is treating you well and you're on stage doing a TED Talk with some Grey Poupon and Evian, don't forget the words of Kendrick Lamar and be humble. It's a shout out for Caroline's great listening to rapping. Now fold these ingredients together and be sure to not whip them or whip each other throughout these ingredients. Just rather mix them in a way to honor one each other. You can bring these ingredients then onto your sailboat for like 30 minutes. And be sure not to be mad at each other quickly the whole time, which sounds quite difficult being on a boat. It's very easy to get a jib sheet stuck and then one person gets mad at the other or the other way around. So, just be sure to treat each other really well throughout that process. Now, as you're going through this process, somebody might have done something wrong along the way, right? It's not easy to make a cake or bake anything. So just be sure to not resent each other throughout the process. Rather, act more like how Trooper would, right? Trooper wouldn't hold anything against you. Even if you forget to feed him or take him for a walk, he will remind you, though, for sure. But just don't forget to ask yourself what Trooper would do every once in a while. Now, throughout this process, be sure to tell the truth to each other. Because no matter how messed up it may seem while you're making this recipe, as long as you're always trying to protect each other, trust each other, and love each other, the batch will always come out right. Out of all these ingredients, love is the most important one to add. Now, if you forget this recipe, there's a much better one online. You can find it. It's called 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. So with that, now we talk about our vows. Vows are much more than a promise. Saying, I promise to take out the trash is different than I vow to spend the rest of my life together with you. Vows are a meaningful, powerful, sacred declaration of your love to one another and the foundation of a relationship as a married couple, as the life you plan to build together. So Scott, you may begin. Yeah.
Caraline, ever since you entered my life, it's been truly incredible to see how full our lives have become, how amazing how many adventures we've been on and had together. You make me laugh and smile every day, and I've got the photos to prove it. You are my best friend, my walking buddy, my animal mom, and my biggest supporter. If there's such a thing as soulmates, you and I are the definition of it. I know this because I love you. I love you. I love the excitement of heading home from anywhere simply because I know I'll get to see you there. I love you for your adventurous, spontaneous spirit, how you're always willing to try new things, even the scarier ones like sushi or hot air balloon or skydiving. I love our communication and how I know I can talk through literally anything with you. I love the complete and absolute trust that we both have with each other in our relationship. And I love your ability to keep me grounded when I'm off in my own world very often, and how you help me slow down, take a breath, and enjoy little things, like hammocking or just even stopping with Trooper to smell a flower. I love you for the home we built together and how it's overflowing with your hospitality, your love, and animal hair. What shows most of all, I love your huge heart. You are filled with thoughtfulness and compassion for all people and all animals, and I've never met anyone who truly cares for all God's creatures like you do. I'm not very good at verbally expressing feelings, and so since my words can't always do it, I'm going to show you for the rest of my life how much I love you. And I'll do that with this ring and these promises. I promise to be a loyal, faithful husband and put you before all else. I promise to appreciate you in everything you do for us and never let a day go by without remembering how lucky I am in what we have together. I promise that on the hard days, I'll always be there for you, and that any challenges we face, we'll face together. I promise to always be on the lookout for our next adventure together, and that I will never stop taking pictures so we can cherish all our memories. And finally, I promise never go easy on you in rock, paper, scissors, ever. And so today, with my whole heart, I ask you, Caraline, be my wife. I love you fiercely and passionately, and I know my immense love for you will only continue to grow. Wherever we go, I will go. Wherever you face, I will face with you. We're in this together, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
My purse. Scott, I find it impossible not to preface my vows without making light of our very first interaction. Almost 5 years ago, I received my first message from you, to which I responded by saying, I do not believe in marriage. This is absolutely true. Despite my very welcoming reply at your attempt to connect, you obviously managed to recover. Fast forward to this very moment. It's nearly impossible for me to comprehend all that we've experienced, all of our travels, the deep friendship we've created, and the home we've made together, especially including our fur child who has weaseled his way into it. As much as I couldn't see myself believing in marriage 5 years ago, I now refuse to see any other possible outcome between what you and I share. As you may have guessed from our first conversation, I've always valued the independent and fiery parts of myself. alpha women, as my Grandma Carol referred to us by. However, at the time, I didn't realize that adding a partner to the mix wasn't a threat to those qualities, but could in fact be a beautiful supplemental part to the woman that I am. Building a life with you, the kind, caring, generous person that you are, has done just that. You supplement my life, my soul, and all that I embody. To say that I'm grateful for who we've both grown to be by sharing ourselves with one another could never feel like enough. So today I vow to honor that day in and day out for as long as we both live. I vow to always choose us first, from something as simple as a walk around the block, your words, or as terrifying as skydiving, again, my words. Choosing you always has been and always will be the easiest decision I have to make. I won't deviate from that. I vow to choose the hard conversations over keeping things inside. It goes without saying that communication has always been our superpower. I will always value and work to sharpen that skill in defense of any obstacles that may come our way. I vow never to leave your side as we both grow. You are my partner, my lover, and my very best friend. For as many times as we may diverge, evolve, grow, and shapeshift, I will always respect this truth. Lastly, I vow to honor our shared sense of adventure. Since I've already mentioned skydiving like you have, it shouldn't come as a surprise that adventure is one of my very favorite things about us. So I promise to always give in to our instinct to explore and take risks up until the day that my body cannot keep up with what our spirits may have in mind. I love you today and forever. Thank you for sharing yourself with me and helping introduce me to the happiest, fullest version of myself.
Today, the relationship is further symbolized by the tying of a fisherman's knot, a true lover's knot, for it is the strongest there is. Its bond will not break, becoming ever stronger under pressure. These two cords represent each of you as individuals, as the unique, special gifts you bring to your marriage. As you fasten your pieces together, these actions represent the joining of your two lives into one common purpose. The completed knot represents your future, secure in the knowledge your relationship will continue to be strong, despite the inevitable changes life brings. Although the fisherman's knot is one of the simplest to tie, it is also one of the sturdiest. As stress is applied, the knot becomes ever stronger. It is the goal of marriage to achieve a blending of hearts and lives, but like the spaces between these cords formed by the knot, let there also be spaces in your new life together, so each may encourage and nurture the individual growth of the other. I ask that you now pull on this rope to see it strengthen under pressure while still allowing us to see the individual cords. Just as you support one another as beautiful and blessed individuals strengthens your union, as you hold one another in mutual concern and shared respect, may you continue holding each other tightly in your hearts and form a strong bond now and forever. Let this knot indicate the strength of your love and be the symbol of your unity from this day forward. Great. All right. Scott and Caraline, let's take the rings. Joe? Scott and Caraline, these rings are a physical representation of the love and commitment that you share. May you be forever reminded of this moment and the joy that fills the air for the rest of your lives. It is now time for you to exchange rings. Your rings symbolize the eternal commitment that you make to each other and the never-ending circle of your love. May these rings always remind you of the commitment that you are making here today. Scott, please repeat after me. I, Scott, give you, Caraline, this ring is a symbol of my love and commitment to you. Let me put on the ring. Caraline, please repeat after me. I, Caraline, give you, Scott, this ring is a symbol of my love and commitment to you. Now, by the power vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Brandonisio. Everyone, the wedding party has asked you to all go downstairs, make your way through those doors, and grab some drinks and take Polaroid selfies downstairs, all right? Have a great rest of your night.